John's powering back to the goals. He puts his faith, though, instead in McRae to fly from the side. And down there is Bailey Dale off the left boot. And he lights it up. They're coming from everywhere for the Dogs.
Here it is. You can see here it was a 3-on-3. Great contest from Bailey Dale, and then goes back and gets the ground ball. The Swans, what they're very good at is trying to get an extra number back. But they haven't been allowed to do that today because the ball use of the Dogs has been extremely good. And it's been that kick from the wing into the corridor that's then allowed them to get back inside forward 50.
Knees to McRae. Gets a high one. Umpire calls play on. Dunkley goes low. Another good pick up. Gowers around the body. Terrific pick up and goal by Gowers. That's his second. Lovely finish.
Ball beautifully, moves well for a big strong fellow, attacks the ball. You see a Brisbane Lions player slip over. I think it was Nick Robertson. Unfortunately took him out of the contest, and Gowers pounced on the loose ball, and the finish on the turn was exquisite.
And Daniel Rich
missed though. Richards, low ball here, so the Dogs another entry inside 50. Handball shoveled out there, came from Norton, trying to get milk the free kick a little bit was Dalhouse. Then he tries to extract, does to Dunkley now, got it to the Bont to the top of the square. Interesting contest there. Lipinski tried, McLean came out. He was like a fox coming out of the hole. He was low and hard and he goaled.
Here in a bit. Great call, Big T. He was just that, and this was the win there where they were able to cut off. But this is really good football we're seeing from the Dogs.
It's just tenacity in and around the footy, not necessarily clean possessions, but as you say, Bruce, chaos balls and just keep pushing the ball forward.
Kicks long in towards full forward. Gowers was there again. He's got to beat a couple. Tough ask. Grimes has been sensational in defence all year for the Tigers. They go back towards the half-back line. Bulldogs have got the numbers. Lynch keeps it in play. 52 metres from home. Sends the drop punt on its way and gets it. Good goal by Bradley Lynch.
That passage of play with a tackle on Dusty Martin. They are 12-3 in tackles, the Western Bulldogs, so they are fair dinkum. But Ellis come out at full back. He just had to kick as long as he could, but he kicked it to 4 Bulldogs onto 1 Richmond player. And
He's weighted the kick. Bonapelli was the leader. He gets there with the spoil. The Bont wins it magnificently. It deserves a goal. The talent and the brilliance of Marcus Bontempelli.
Pelly to cover some ground. As we can see, he covered some ground really well, brought the ball to ground, and then he does this really well, doesn't he? Just a really good... Some guys have a great skill of snapping the ball for goal. And
It's a tough kick, isn't it?
It is a tough kick. Yeah, long way out. Great kick, great finish.
Minutes to go.
Fair enough, and he's having a bit of a giggle at himself as well, as I think he realises he probably should have done exactly that. They reload. McKenna, Bontempelli keeps the arms free. McLean can go all the way. I'm not sure Zaharakis can get him. McLean with a low burner. Got it. Dogs. Surely home now.
This is a lovely running bounce. Takes a couple, composes himself, then hits a goal. You did say before, BT, that Danaher was having a laugh at himself. As that was happening, he's gone to the deck, leant over on his...
Competitive at half-time.
They've come with a run late in this quarter, the Kangaroos, to stretch it out to 27. The urgency required now for the Bulldogs is immense. Lipinski flicks the handball. The Bont might have to do it on his own. Had 2 parts to play in that little passage. Finds Lynch just beyond the fit. Give it back, the Bont. Here's the third. The trifecta from the Bont. The Bulldogs number 4. What a blast! The star. That is the Bont.
Great, exactly.
And well done to Brad too.
he could have gone back and had a ping, but when the Bont comes charging past, you give it to the man.
Well,
great
again,
finish.
When you try, they've only kicked 4 goals, the Western Bulldogs. They've been inside 50 27 times. They've kicked 4 goals, and he's kicked 2 of them.
So Wallace, big kick for him. This would really lift them out of their seats. It's a little right and a little short. Boyd keeps alive. Gowers, Jackie Chan! He's Jackie Canned it for his second. And the Dogs by 5 points. And Chris Scott getting a little nervous.
2 seasons tonight.
Yep. Yeah, their pressure has been enormous, and
Boyd was so good there, wasn't he?
Yeah, and off the back of that pressure, this attacking footy, that run. I spoke about Joe Hannison. He's run off half-back. They've all contributed. It's been a great team performance.
They've been brave, Duck, haven't they? They've had
himself in the line of fire, reaps the rewards. Now Dalehouse as a result, with 5 metres in the clear. Dunkley in really tight. Redpath was the longer target, decided to go halfway in between with Dixon. He's run a long way, but he's kicked a brilliant goal.
wow.
Dumped it in. You watch it here on the screen. There's a couple of Swans players. There it is. Callum Sinclair's back in the goal square, so he couldn't really do much. He summed it up really well. Normally, I'm not a fan of a bloke having a shot from the boundary line, Brownie, but I reckon he had a really good look. You can see here, he has a bit of a look and says, well, my only chance is, and even if that's a point, you actually get to set up your defensive structure.
Ablett, not clean, good tackle, harassment there. That was fantastic by Bontempelli. Out, Wallace's hands were good. Dalehouse releases McLean. McLean goes on the run as he got the length and the kick to get it over the back. Richards, not quite. Kolodjasny toe pokes Richards and kicks a goal. He's a beauty. He knows football. He's got an IQ. He's smart. He went to the footy school of smarts, that kid. I mean, there was only one way to kick a goal there, and he did it.
If he'd taken... These 50-50 contests are just huge in a game. When you add them up, the team that wins most of those win the game. And this wasn't even a 50-50 in the end. They had 3 cats around one and just clever enough to toe poke it.
Do you reckon he would have been sitting in the front row of the footy school, Bruce?
He's a clever boy in the footy IQ department.